Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight, the TV event that will make history, Liberty City Survivor. This takes reality TV to a whole new level. We'll take 20 recently paroled guys, equip them with grenade launchers and flamethrowers, and let them hunt each other down. It's the reality show where you just might be part of the action. The game doesn't end until there's only one man left standing. Tune in nightly or watch the 24-hour live webcast. Liberty City Survivor. Natural selection has come home.
Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Third Shift. It's episode 408. And I, of course, am your host, your funky leader, the greatest man who's ever lived. It's me, it's Matt, and hey, I am pumped for the show this week. Sometimes I'm not, but sometimes I am. But with us as always, and someone who is also always pumped for the show, it's the Light Bear, the Light Bear, bringing the Beastmaster Third Shift. It's Eric, and he's here to tell us how his week was, because I know he's got stories, because he's Mr. Travelogue, Mr. Jones, going down places, blowing stuff up, having a great time. Tell us, how was your week, Mr. Eric?
So I came off that quarter and flying. I was like, just like that. Everyone's trying to stop me, Matt. They was like, you shouldn't be able to go. You shouldn't be able to go. So I shot them. They were gone. No one is contesting me going on vacation, period.
Now, I have to intercede and say, you figuratively shot them.
Yes.
You shot them with words. And logical arguments.
Yes.
And they went, oh, we have to accede to what you say because that's correct.
Yes.
Not like physical shooting with physical bullets.
Yeah. So they couldn't justify that illogic they was trying to use, but then they did it anyway, but allowed me to do it one more time, but then said in the future they want to go with their illogical route. And I said, well, fine, I don't care. Now that I know we're in Candyland, we're in Wonderland, I'll go ahead and abide by your illogical rules.
But the beauty of it, too, is you're not on the weird Wonkadoo, so you'll be on the normal do.
That's right. So it won't matter no more.
It don't even affect you. Who cares?
Won't matter no more because I'm getting off the Wonkadoo shift. So whatever. It's all good. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I went down to Ohio. I visited my sister and my brother-in-law. We had a big old 4th of July show. It was spectacular. We were setting off fireworks left and right. The skies were going ablaze with all sorts of cool wonderment. The neighbors were even out there watching with all their cousins and kids, etc. They applauded and whistling and hollering when, the big epic finale went off. It was as it should be. A 4th of July with lots of explosives and fun times had. We did that. We also went to Kings Island a couple days of those hot days. And we went early morning, and it was still hot. By about 2.5, 3 hours in, I'm just like, no, we got to go. That's it. I'm drenched in sweat. I'm walking around just miserable. So that was fun. Between the 2 days, we did get to ride pretty much everything except for the super tall rides because I had all the little monsters with me. So I couldn't do the Orion and a couple others, so that's sad. One of these days I want to get on those bad boys, but I didn't this time. And with that, I went home. And I played some video games. And I played some video games while I was over at their house, too, in the evening. And, of course, one of those games was First Descendant. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. I also played Zenless Zone Zero. But we'll probably just talk about that a little bit later. And the only other game outside of those two that I played was, of course, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. And I'll tell you this. I already told Matt it's kind of a redundant story for him. But, hey. So, having fun. Just exploring the world, doing my thing, going to all sorts of different places, getting in little caves, doing that. I loved it and had a great time with it all. I already told you all that I ended up making it to the first main boss, the Dancing Lion. Could not beat him. He was kicking my butt. Well, kicking my butt as in after he got to about 20% would start to beat me. Said, fine, I'll go get more stuff. Left him. Did more exploring, had a lot more fun in the DLC. Got into this other area. And my brother goes, I think you got to get past this castle here, and that'll allow you to get into the northern area. All right, I'll go through this place and try to find out how to do it. Without even thinking about it, with 200,000 runes, I go into the room, there's a boss thing, and I go, no big deal. It's just a random castle. Go beat this boss. I'll get into the Northlands. Cool beans. Go in there. Nope, it's the second major boss. It's Relena or whatever her name is. Son of a gun. All right, that's fine. Let's check this out, see how it goes. 20%, she beats me. No biggie. Let's go back in. 20%, she beats me. Okay. Go back in. 15%. She beats me. All right, making progress. 15%, 20%, 20%, 15%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 15%. 14, 15 tries later, I go, all right. Like, I can't get past this last spot. It's just like the dancing lion. I can't get past the 15, 20% mark. There's 200,000 runes in there. We already talked about this. I shouldn't care about runes, but it's 200,000 runes. It's 200,000.
That's almost 2 levels right there.
That's almost 2 whole levels. I can't abandon this. So I stopped playing for days and days and days. Finally, my brother get home. My brother gets on. What you up to? I go, oh, I'm stuck on Relena. She's got 200,000 runes, man. All right, let's do it. He comes in. We get our butts kicked way worse than 20%. Let's try it again. Way worse than 20%. 35%, 34%, 35%. Let me switch armor. Yeah, let me switch my armor. I'll go full mage, try to get the magic out there, right? Try to just do full damage, avoid any attacks that does come my way. We'll get her. No, we're not. I'm doing better solo. Didn't get me to a point where it's close. And then the moon started happening. We were taking too long, and a moon attack would come, getting wasted by that thing. Mind you, we did have a good laugh about it because Jared was like, I've seen this crap in videos. I've never even seen this because I kill her so fast on my own. I don't even know what this is. And we're just laughing because it's like wrecking us and stuff. All right, I give up. Jared goes, hey, hang on. Don't you got those sticks? Remember those sticks? It's like the fake thing, Grace or whatever. And I go, I'm an idiot. You're right. So I go equip in my talisman, the little fake Grace thing. Go in there. Fake Grace pops. I, get my real ones back. Out I go. So in a good note and a good ending, even though it's not a good ending because I didn't beat her, I got all my points back, leveled up once, then I went and just grinded real quick, leveled up again. I went, all right, I'm just going to go explore more. I got the save point for the boss. Let's just go explore more. See what else I can find. And had a good time. Found a couple more caves, did a couple more things, got a new summon that I'll never use, but still fun nonetheless. Then, just right before the show started, Jared texted me and said, hey, I managed to find another larva, and I've got a build that's just going to kill her, no problem. So if you want to just go wreck her house and be done with it, let me know. And I went, oh, man, that's great. That's good news. So to end it all, I'll say first off, I am going to have Jared help me, and we're just going to go wreck her face. But I learned a lesson. Apparently the build I have, while it's dominating and no problem with the world and other caves and random stuff, it's not doing it for these bosses. I need something with a little more oomph, a little more power. So I got to go research something that's going to do the job. And that's my mission tonight after the show, to go respec and rebuild for something that's designed to kill these bosses. And then I will go hit up Jared and go in and we'll wreck her face. But while we're doing so, I'll start to get a feel for the new build and see how it goes. And then on my own, I want to go back to the Dancing Lion and see if I can wreck his face with whatever new build I find. So that way I know it's actually, working and doing what it needs to be doing and that it can be done. So yeah, having a good time. It's been a decent week. And actually, I'll say this, it was actually a pretty damn good week, actually, because of the vacation and all the stuff happening, getting back, feeling like I never even did quarter end just because I had all that time off after. It buried the sorrow of quarter end, which was exactly what I needed it to do. So yeah, overall, a very good week, Matt. How about you?
Well, I feel like when I started the weekend, I was like, oh man, there's so much stuff to do. But now I don't remember what I did. There's only a couple things I can remember, which is one, WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It was a good show, good times. It's always fun because they got the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, big old crazy matches. Good time there. Next day, went out to Regal. Close Encounters of the Third Kind had a Fathom event for the 30th, 40th, some kind of anniversary, obviously. And I could mention the old man who was sitting with his wife, who talked really loud through the whole movie. And he'd go, oh, he's probably going to use those mashed potatoes to make that tower. Ha, she thinks she's crazy. I could mention that, but I'm not going to mention that because I'm going to allow myself to forget that that was even part of the whole experience and say, A, that movie holds up. B, it was really cool seeing it in the theater on a big screen for the first time ever, obviously, because it was not way before, because it was before my time. And C, okay, there's multiple letters here, so I'm not going to break it down like that. But another thing that was cool was, since I went out to Devil's Tower 5, 6, 7 years ago, however long that was, when I went out to Mount Rushmore and around there, it's so cool seeing it. Like on the big screen, like, wow, it hasn't aged. Like it looks the same. I mean, saying that, it sounds stupid, but it doesn't, because you see it and you see like all the rubble around the base from the cracks that, pillars that fall off of it essentially. But it looks just like it does. When they crest the hill and you see it, that's what happens in real life when you go drive to it. Like the whole area with the base and everything, that's like the welcome zone now. So I don't know if that was that and they redid it to make it the base, or it wasn't there before and then they made the welcome center in that area, like that exact spot. So I was like, oh man, I've been here. I've stood right there where he's standing. I've touched the base of this thing. It's so cool. And then, it's a classic movie and a great time. And gosh, the other thing that it made me think about while I was watching this movie, because it's about aliens, it's about scientists, it's about this, about that, all kinds of other crazy stuff. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I love my beautiful monitor. I love my phone. I love, my video game systems. I love my laptop. I love technology. But God, I love the look of old tech. Those guys have like all the scientists at the end, they got the headsets on, they're walking in front of these big ass computers. I was never a tape computers guy, but you hear them like vermin and humming, and like the cameras that they're using, they're like that big old plastic bricks with the little spinning reels on the top. My God, it just looks cool. Like, like watching an old alien movie, like that kind of tech. Mm-hmm. Like it just looks cool. And I mean, I love what my phone can do, but it's just a black brick. Everything is my laptop's just a black brick.
Everything. It's just black bricks. Skyscrapers are just black bricks. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing looks good anymore. Nothing.
And granted, this has 20 bazillion times the processing power of anything from back then, but just like, it just looks, maybe it's because I'm getting old. I'm an old man. But like that retro look, it just looks good. Everything else looks sleek and stylish and sure, whatever, but man, if I could have just like a chunky outline around my monitor, just like I don't know, my A50Xs, they kind of have sort of a retro look because they got like the, the metal and stuff on them. I don't know. But I was just sitting there, just like every scene where there's any tech or any scientists, I'm like, man, they got their lab coats on and they're looking like old scientists. I'm like, man, what a world. What a world I missed out on. This is so cool. I love it. So it was a great time. Great time at the movies. A great movie to watch. Going on to the video game front, I played a little game called The First Descendant, but we'll probably talk about that in a little while. I also played a game called Zenless Zone Zero, but we'll probably talk about that in a little while. So 2 games I got to talk about. One is Persona 3 Reload, which I know Eric played because he told me that off air, but he didn't want to talk about it. But I want to say, when I ended my last stream, I said, hey, I'm going to do some dungeon stuff. I'm going to run around and do stuff. And I accidentally completely broke the game because I went and fought the Reaper because there's a trophy for killing the Reaper. And I went, well, let me see how I stack up because I'm like level 70 something. Fought him. It was hard. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was as hard as the Persona 5 Reaper. But I fought him, beat him, sweet. I look over. Now, Aegis had been the laggard on my team. She was a bunch of levels behind the rest. But I found a piece of equipment that gave plus 50% XP. So I put that on her. Beat the Reaper. Pshoo, levels up for everybody. Okay. Wait. Why is she at level 99? When I started, she was at like 68. Oh, okay. Then after that, I mean, okay, I'm going to go do some fusions and stuff. Cool. I'm going to get ready. And I got a fusion that gave me new Thurgy ability that does, like, says, like, frickin' extreme, the utmost damage. Damage to the nth degree, whatever. I go, well, I got to try this out. Try it out. 9999 damage. Cool. But, let me try it out. Build up the Thurgy gauge again. Hey, Reaper, what's up? Because he came back. They always come back. Fight him. First turn, use the Thurgy. He's dead. Now, the other person that I gave that plus 50% XP ring to, now they're level 99. Oops. I broke it. I broke the game. Mm-hmm. My personas are just like maxing out. I'm maxed out. I have one person left on the team to max out, which I'll save for the next stream just to show, so I have visual record and I can remember when I watch it what I did. But I went, oops, I didn't mean to do it. And I could stop because there's a bunch of party members, but I can't stop. I had to do it. So I did it. I'm going to go into the final boss just like I've done for so many RPGs. And they'll go, oh, man, here comes a big attack. And I'll just go, oh, you won. But here's my face, too. But here's my face.
You lost.
Oh, well. It's tradition. It's what we do. But
that is tradition. Very true. But I think this time you went a little bit above and beyond. I think you're going to completely trivialize it instead of just trivializing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I could play bad and I could run in with like crappy personas and go. But anyway, it's been fun. That game is such a blast. I think it's too early to say now because I haven't beaten it. But I think it might be top of the list for me. Just because of the vibe and the whole everything. But we'll talk about it more, especially after you've beaten it.
I was going to say, I got to get there because right now I would definitely go, you're crazy. Because we already talked about it a little bit at breakfast this morning where I'm like, it's starting to get good, but up to this point, it's been pretty slow. So I'm like, it must go crazy pretty soon, and some really cool, fun stuff happens. So,
and I want to continue our conversation for breakfast because I feel like 5, you have more direct stuff that's happening to you versus this one. It's kind of like it's out there. You got to deal with it eventually. But regardless, I just love the game. Like I say every week, I have a blast playing it. I hope I get in a stream this weekend, but I'm not sure if I will. The only other game that I played, trying to get back on track here, Shadow of the Erd Tree. I've told Eric this, so it'll be a repeat for Eric. I started up like on Monday, right when I got home from work. And then by the time I realized it, it was like 11:30 at night, and I had to stop playing. I love playing that game, but I feel like I can only do it one day a week. Not like I'm actively sick of it by the end of that playthrough, but all the other days I feel like, well. And this week I tried. I got home on Tuesday and I went, that's too much Elden Ring for 1 week. I don't know what it is, but there's some days when I sit and it hits hard and it hits good. It's just like that Monday time that I went through. Oh, I found Midra, who's a really cool boss. Beat him inside of 10 times with the Skellymens. Thank you, Skellymens. Awesome, cool, big boss. Run around, go through some stuff, go through this castle. Oh, this castle's really cool. What's going on in here? Boom, boss wall. Hey, look, it's Mesmer. The one that everybody is saying is like one of the hard bosses from this DLC. The big bad one. There's a guy on a different podcast I listen to who says he's fought him 80 times. He's been fighting him for like 2 weeks straight. Can't beat him. Took me an hour, but I beat him. God, I do want to have a conversation about it, though, because some of these bosses, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my build, I don't know. But this one especially, his first phase was fucking hard. It was hard to fight him. Then he goes into his second phase, and I go, oh, snap, because something happens. It's the second phase. You know, I'm not spoiling anything. I won't say anything.
Oh, sorry, I already know what happens, but yeah.
He does that, and I went, this is 10 times easier. My 5th try at his second phase, I beat him. Again, thank you, Skellyman. Thank you, Hornsent, who I got to summon inside the arena. But he's like in a weird spot, so he's hard to summon while he's fighting him. Anyway, in what scenario is this harder? Because like he does 3 big attacks that are all really easy to dodge, or in my case, just sit there and block. And then something happens, and he's just there. So just Skellyman, other guy. Why'd you make yourself easier when you're supposed to be bigger and scary? I don't know, but I enjoyed it. It was a good romp. I had 2 big bosses. Like I said, Mesmer was tough to start with, and then he got easy, and it was just fun. But I tried to get back into the fun, and it wouldn't let me. So I'm looking forward to playing that again sometime next week and having a big old romp and stomp. But I did do a bunch of exploring after I beat him, all kinds of other stuff. And it's fun overall. I love it. It's a great time. It's a great week. Hooray. Hooray for me.
Well, you want an even better week, man? I got it for you. All right, you ready for this? We got a game that just came out. Well, it came out in 1991, but it just came out again on the Switch and PlayStation, and Xbox, all that good stuff. Parasol stars The Story of Bubble Bobble 3. Yep. I love Bubble Bobble, man. I love it. Anytime Bubble Bobble, anytime I see Bubble Bobble, we're talking about Bubble Bobble, all right? Now, this is a story I didn't know. Oh, vaguely. I know Bubble Bobble came from somewhere else. And apparently it's from Bubby and Bobby. Okay, Bubby and Bobby are the people who then became Bubble Bobble. How this happened, well, you see, this bad guy called Chaos Catan or something like that, he implanted them through their butts, like these little alien embryos. And then they became Bubble Bobble, the monsters, the little monsters, the little dinosaurs. Before that, they were people, just Bubby and Bobby. This could be us someday, man. Eric and Matt go on a grand adventure. We use parasols, and we defeat the monsters. But then we get up against the big boss, and he puts things up our butts, and we become weird monsters.
if I get to shoot a bubble
Yep.
at somebody that we work with and then have them float up, and then you and I go, and we get our spiky heads ready, and we pop them, and they go,
and just
and they
disintegrate into
fall,
like lollipops and fruit cups, and
or they just do like the fall off the stage, which means they just like fall out of reality. How good would that be?
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. So I had to check it out. And of course, this is a game that's more in the spirit of Bubble Bobble because it was kind of leading up into the Bubble Bobble world more than it was, which was originally the Parasol world. It's a whole thing, and I don't really know the history of it all. All I can tell you is that Bubby and Bobby, they do not suck you in and shoot bubbles like Bubble Bobble do. They got umbrellas, parasols. And you can aim it at the baddies. You can reflect attacks from them. You can hit them with said parasol, and then they'll start doing like a little spin attack, and then that's when you can knock them again or use them to hit other baddies, and then they explode into, like I just said, ice cream, and which you go pick that stuff up. That's what gets you your points and keeps you going in the game. Also, inside these cool singular little levels, which not all of them are, because in this one you actually do get to do some side-scrolling action as well as classic Bubble Bobble, one room. Here it is, figured out while the baddies are traversing, all down the ladders and up and down the steps, etc. This has a mix of 2D action and those levels, and it also has this really cool gimmick where there's like these different elements like water, fire, etc. dripping from like the ceilings and stuff. You can use your parasol to collect 5 of them, and then you can unleash like a really cool big time attack on the baddies, which was kind of like the Bubble Bobble one where it would like go across the whole thing and all the way down to the pit below, which then would drop back down to the top end. You can do that. And then, of course, you watch all those points rack up. You go gather the points. You go kill these baddies. And as the game progresses, you're going to like 8 different worlds. The enemies get more abilities. They get tougher. They start actually being able to shoot stuff back at you instead of just traversing the screen like little idiots. The whole gimmick of the levels become much more difficult, so you have to be really on your sixes about where everything is and traversing. The only thing I didn't like about the very early levels that I was watching was that in the early levels, the baddies look just like the rewards. It's really hard to tell the difference between the ice creams and the stuff you're using and the baddies. Later on, they become very much different. They're a lot bigger. Like I said, they're actually attacking you and doing cool things. You get like a stump that keeps like breeding out little animals. So it's like shooting them out of its hole right at you. It's crazy. You get unicorns shooting lightning bolts across the screen. You get monkeys flinging poop at you. It's a whole thing. Really cool, really fun. It's all done and, obviously, like I told you, it's a 1991 game that's just been spruced up and looks really nice and runs at a cool, quick frames, all the, everything you could want. This thing does, which I'll tell you this as well. If you want to play it classic, it has all those options for you. It has all the different frame rates you can play at, all the different screen sizes and pixel, manipulations you could ever want. It has the arcade glare, which it never came to arcade, folks, but it still gives you that option. It gives you a Game Boy look to it if you want a Game Boy look to it. It really goes all out. It's really cool. If you want like an old school game, it's like $9.99. If you buy it digitally, it's like $29.99 if you want like a physical copy of it. But of course, it was done by Taito and Ocean Software way back in the day, and it's been redone now for you to play. So if you want some like before Bubble Bobble action, but kind of getting in that Bubble Bobble world right before they got infected up their butts with the things and became Bubble Bobble, Parasol stars the story of Bubble Bobble 3. This is it. And I recommend everybody give it a shot.
Now, you talking about it made me realize I have seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember the Umbrella People, and that's been a repressed memory up until right now when you've said it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I have so many Switch copies of like the Bubble Bobble, Puzzle Bobble games that have been coming out lately. I want to get this too.
You should.
I want to get it.
It was on the NES and the Game Boy and the TurboGrafx 16. It was everywhere, Matt. So while you're picking this up, you're going to get a different game. What are you going to get?
Now, see, I might not pick that up because I might want to pick up, and I do want to pick up, and I might just have to pick up a game called Angerfoot, which released today as we're recording this on the 11th, developed by Free Lives, published by Devolver Digital for PC only. This game, you got to watch this game in action. And if you do, you will fall in love with it. I guarantee it. Unless you don't like over-the-top action and speed and fun. If you don't like any of that stuff, get out. Go do something else because Angerfoot will just kick your face in. And I don't even need to go into the story, but I will, just because this game, you are a guy, and your name is Angerfoot, and you live in Shit City, and your one goal in life was to collect your favorite sneakers, the whole set of your favorite sneakers. You finally did it, and then boom, people bust in your wall, steal your sneakers. Now it's time to go. And the beauty of Shit City, or maybe the not beauty of Shit City, is that crime is just everywhere. Crime is fine. Crime is everywhere. I've seen the trailer, and the cops are like, hey, you doing graffiti? And the guy goes, oh, no. And the cop goes, thumbs up. And then you see the cop doing graffiti with him, too. And there's violence, there's muggings, there's everything everywhere in the street. But in this game, you go through like 60-plus levels, angering and footing. You're kicking down doors, you're kicking people across the room, you're grabbing their guns, you're shooting them in the face, and you're going fast. You're going fast. You're going like super fast. You're going like how you think a speed run would look. That's the base speed and base attacking of this game. Everybody said it. Every review I've seen, think of Hotline Miami, but first-person perspective, running and booting and shooting. Booting and shooting! And the beauty of this game, too, is you do have weapons. You got pistols, you got shotguns, you got SMGs, you got a crossbow, you got a flamethrower, you got all this stuff. But some of them aren't so great. Pistols are accurate, but they don't have big magazine sizes. So when you're done, you throw your weapon, you throw it out there. Enemies are shooting you. They're taking down your health real fast. You can die fast, but enemies can die fast too. That's why people are saying like Hotline Miami, because a couple good hits on you, you're done. But since the levels are so quick, you just buzz through them so fast, it's one of those games where I tried it, I'm dead. I tried it, I'm dead. I tried it, and people are saying it is hard. It's hard. But once you get that run going, and you're going through, you're kicking through this room, and you kick, boom, 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 kick those guys, kick him through that, kick that, and over here, shoot that guy, pick up his gun, throw it at that dude. It just looks nuts. The whole way through, you're getting all kinds of different shoes that give you all kinds of different powers. If you remember us talking about this on a previous showcase, that's what it was all about. You also have multiple objectives for each little level, and it's like on a 3-star system. You beat the level, you get 1 star. Then you do like a score attack or a time attack or something else, get a 2nd star. Then you get a 3rd star. Some of them are outlandish. Some of them go through the level without killing anybody. Go through the level without kicking anybody. Go through the level without firing a shot. Do this. But the levels are complex and enemies are coming at you from everywhere. And it's just nuts. Some of them, you need some of these shoes to go back and get that 3rd star from the other level, because to get this one, which is beat the level in like 2 seconds, you got to be the small one. You got to get the size 3 shoes. So you're playing it at micro size, which allows you to jump through the window to get up here to the exit without even going through the stage. It's crazy. It's amazing. Watch some Angerfoot. Even if this game doesn't like resonate with you, go watch somebody play it, because this game looks absolutely nuts. It looks absolutely fun. There are some interstitial pieces between the levels where you get to go out in the world and see the crazy characters and talk to them. You're fighting 4 different gangs. You're fighting the violence gang, the pollution gang, the business gang, and the depravity gang. Each of them have themed levels and all this other stuff. It looks crazy. It looks nuts in that perfect Devolver Digital style way. Like I said before, you're doing a lot of violence and all this kind of stuff, but it's not gory. It's not gross. You're not like ripping stuff out. You're just poom, 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 and there's a splat of blood, and you go on and you kick this dude. There's all kinds of different enemies you can fight. And what people have said before, like I said, it's a wild, quick deaths, quick, fast movement kind of a game. But what other people have said in their reviews are all the enemies are signposted really well. Like when you see a guy with this kind of track jacket, you know what you're getting into. You hear the audio cue for this other enemy over here. There's a guy who's got like a little fuse on his head. If you kick him, he blows up as a bomb. Even though you're going fast and you're just boom, 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 shoot, 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 kick, 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 run, 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 you're starting to parse out what enemy does what, and you're thinking in your brain and you're reacting real quick. Angerfoot looks flippin' awesome. I've said it before. Eric said it before. You can go get it right now. Go get it for your PC. I don't care if your PC can't run it. You know, if your PC runs it slow, maybe that's a benefit. So you can just angrily walk and then kick. But this game looks awesome. It looks crazy. It looks like a lot of fun. I love it. It's Angerfoot.
And of course, you got several games to choose from that are right there at your door, ready to go for you to buy and have a great time with. Now, you just said, oh, I can't buy no games. All right. We got you back. You don't want to listen to Matt and Eric talking about 2 great games you can go buy. Well, we got some free ones for you. All right. Over on Amazon, freaking, you got so many games coming out. It's just dumb. And on top of it, midway through this week or at the end of this week, it's Amazon Prime Days or whatever. So you're going to get even more. And one of those games, I'm going to spoil it right now. I'm just going to spoil it. It's going to be Suicide Squad, that game Matt loves. You know, that game Matt loves?
That's
it's going to be free for you. Free of charge if you got Amazon Prime.
That's great.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is it's a shame because their next content drop was supposed to be today, so it would have been perfect, but now they had to put it back 2 weeks. But regardless, that game's flipping awesome. I love it. Everybody should get in and play it. Play it with me. It's awesome.
Then you go play it with Matt. Exactly. You can do that. But before that comes out, I'm telling you, you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, hits right now. You can go pick it up. I just did, even though I already own it anyway, but I did it now on the PC for Epic Games. So I got that twice now. That's a great game. We've already talked about it a bunch of times. Fantastic, beat 'em up, old school TMNT game. Go do it. You'd be a fool not to. You also get Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. You want some RPG crazy fun action? Go pick this one up. It's free for you right now.
This game is so good. Like, everybody knows Knights of the Old Republic 1, but this takes that morality system, and like I always say, like Knights of the Old Republic 1, you got good option, neutral option, bad option. Knights of the Old Republic 2, you got super good, you got good, you got like two neutrals, you got a bad, and then you got like complete evil. So it breaks it all down. The story's so good. The only thing bad about it is the end game cut a bunch of stuff, but since you're playing it on PC, you can mod it up. There's so many restored content mods for this game. I still haven't even played those, and this is one of my favorite games. So everybody should get this also. I'm hyped on this one. Everybody should get it. It's a great game to get.
It's really a no-brainer. It's free. And it's not even it. Alex Kidd in the Miracle World DX, this game was made, it's like a remade game in like 2019. So it's got that old school vibe, but it's been completely redone. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And if you don't know, Alex Kidd gets all sorts of cool abilities, transforms and all sorts of cool things, goes on a 2D adventure, scrolling across the old stages, having a blast, beating up enemies, doing what Alex Kidd does best. You got to pick this one up. It's free. It's awesome. It's fun. It's nostalgic. And of course, last but not least, is Samurai Bringer. This game does things. I'm not sure what it does because it's a samurai game with samurai bringers. I don't know anything about this game, but I bet you it's cool. So check it out.
Now, I can't believe it. I'm very ashamed, and I feel bad because Eric didn't do his due diligence. But I'm going to tell you about the Epic Game free game this week, which is called Floppy Nights. And I guess you're probably a knight, and maybe you flop around. I don't know this one either. So it was a bit. I set it up and then go, I don't know.
Set it up
either.
and you failed too. Good.
I'm a bad person too. But I can tell you, if you go over to Game Pass this week. Now, this was a weird week because there's a couple games that are dropping like right after we record this, but I'm going to save those for next week. But on Game Pass, it's only a few weeks too late. But they had the Cricket World Championships in New York 4 weeks ago. Now, if you've got withdrawals, you got the DTs, you got the shakes because you need some cricket, Cricket 24. Get in and slip a nasty wicket or whatever. Something like that. Something about wickets. I don't know. It's cricket. If you love cricket, go get it. But then the next one, The Case of the Golden Idol. That's a game I have talked up and hyped up on the show and I was dying to play. That's the one where you're investigating murder mysteries and you have like Mad Libs almost, and you're slipping clues and suspects into the Mad Libs and it's showing you the outcome of that in the scene where you're trying to piece it together. I can't wait to play it. I am going to download it onto my PC right after this because it seems pointy and it seems clicky, so probably better with a PC. But get that too. I mean, if you love cricket, great. I'm happy for you. If you know what Floppy Nights is, great too. Case of the Golden Idol, everybody should get it.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's another game that's coming out for the new systems, current systems. I shouldn't say new systems. A game you called Jeanne d'Arc. Didn't you play this game, Matt? It's like an RPG from the PSP days.
What? Wait, Jeanne d'Arc? What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What are you talking
it's coming
about?
to PS5 and stuff. It's being brought over.
Just like a port over?
Yeah.
Nice.
So nothing new, but you're going to be able to play it on all the new current systems. It's completely
awesome.
unrelated to any of this, but
Yeah.
while you were talking, it sparked in my head. I went, oh yeah, that was another bit of news I learned today. That they're apparently bringing this game that Matt used to talk about back in the day that he really liked, but kind of fell off, but then got back on, but then I don't know if he ever finished it. It's a whole thing. It's now going to be on all the new systems, so you can just go pick it up for whatever price it is, if you were interested back when Matt was talking about it. But some say that it's a strategy RPG that's even better than the classics, like Final Fantasy Tactics. Some claim it's better than even that. So, I don't know. I didn't play it myself, but I'm just letting you know that if you want to check it out, you can go get it on the new systems.
I will back up most of that. It is fantastic and phenomenal for about 95% of the game. And then you get to some parts at the end where it's just like, you just have to run and you just have to have the right build and you have to hit this enemy with everything. You have like this many turns. I'm making a very finger close to my thumb type of gesture. And you got to just go balls to the wall. You can't enjoy or do anything. You have to throw your strongest people in, and you got to just punch. Everything else, though, it's a ton of fun. Super cool. Cool story, cool spin on everything. So that's awesome. I will gladly get it again. I might not play through it all the way because I did beat it before, so it's done. It's in the backlog. It's finished. But a great game that more people can play now because
Yes.
it's not locked to just the PSP or the Vita, which is where I played it.
Exactly. So if you want it there, go check it out and pick it up. And of course, that leads us into the final topic, final little talk around of the day, which we alluded to earlier. It's talking about 2 games, both free to play, mind you. You can go check these out for yourselves and figure out what you like or don't like about both of them. That's First Descendant, and that's Zenless Zone Zero. I don't know where we stand because me and Matt didn't talk about this beforehand.
That's right.
We left it go. We wanted to make it fresh for the show to say what we thought, where we're at, what we're doing. So let's just kick it off. I don't know where we want to kick it off, but let's just kick it off.
I want to kick it off with overall thoughts.
All right.
Because I like both of these games. I enjoy both of them. That's the only thing I've said to Eric. I like one a lot more than the other. But here's the thing, I was going to sneak on them and just drop in the show. And it's been a bit, but it's been real. But this is true. Both of these games make me fall asleep. But I enjoy them both. They make me fall asleep for totally different reasons, though. And it's so weird. I will say Zenless Zone Zero is the one I enjoy the more. What about you, Eric?
Same with me. Zenless Zone Zero, I enjoy overall more. I thought I would enjoy the First Descendant more. Mm-hmm. Honestly. I know I love the art direction of Zenless Zone Zero more. But I thought the First Descendant, a looter shooter, you're going to get in there, you're going to go fast, quick action. And I'll just jump right into it since we're here. Got into First Descendant. All right, this is great. Pick your character. Find out they're really limited on what you're going to play as, and you got to go buy all the others. So that immediately kind of did irritate me, not going to lie. It's like, oh, here's these 2 characters. Do you unlock some maybe later? Maybe. I don't know.
You do. After like the first go-round, you can unlock one more. So I'm assuming each
Okay.
territory at least gets you the base version of one of them.
Of one of the characters. All right. So I'm not there yet, and there's a reason why I'm not there. But we'll go with that. I went with Viessa. It's like, all right, ice build, I love it, it's fun. She's not strong at all. She's weak as all hell, but she has really cool ice abilities. Whatever, I don't care. It's a looter shooter. So I started playing, find out the missions, Matt. The missions are like 2 to 7 minutes long, and then like the big end ones are usually like 15, 20 minutes. This is great. You can just jump in, just do some stuff, have a great time. And I would jump in, and there'd be other players already there, and I just join their little clear queue and have a great time. Smash through baddies, shooting baddies, doing the cool abilities, getting all sorts of loot, figuring it out. Nothing was wrong. Nothing was wrong. But then I said I got to go play a different game. So I went and played Zenless Zone Zero. Now I'll talk about that later. Then I was like, all right, we got to get back to the First Descendant. Nobody's there anymore, Matt. Nobody's in the beginning area. All these missions are solo. Fine. Whatever. No problem. I'll do them solo. This kept going solo. She's weak. Viessa has no HP. 2-3 hits, and I'm blinking red, and then I'm critical, like floundering red, and I'm dead. I'm getting into missions, and I'm dying. Because I'm just getting swarmed with so many baddies that I could swear to you, they thought there were 3 other people there with you. And I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on? So now I'm juking and jiving. I'm hiding behind rocks. I'm trying to take out the baddies, do what I'm supposed to do, hold the position and keep the the generator online, whatever it is. And I'm dying. It takes me forever to get through a mission when it was only taking 2 to 3 minutes before, which even tells you 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm over here for 14 minutes hiding behind rocks, trying to get through this thing. Most time I end up failing because the generator just doesn't do what it's supposed to do in that amount of time or whatever the hell is the case. And I went, what is going on? What's happening? Sure enough, I get into a match with somebody else, and there is another player, and now it's fun again. Now we're shooting things, we're keeping lanes clear, we're doing what it is, having fun. So for me, so far, I want to love this game more, and I want to play it more, but if there aren't other people in that zone, in that area I'm in, I'm struggle busting through stuff. So I'm like, well, immediately, all right, I guess I'm an idiot. I should have just went with the typical knight character, so that way I had HP and could survive a little bit longer. I guess I made a critical error in the beginning, and now I'm screwed because I don't want to go back again.
Now, let me jump in because I did pick a completely different character. You know me. If there's a guy with high HP and high defense, that's who I pick. So I picked the guy with the big old horned helmet, the guy who was just the tank, the defender man, and his abilities are make a bubble shield, make a straight shield, do a little hop, and then push people away. Not engaging at all. But whatever. I'm going to keep myself alive. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be playing solo most of the time. Fine. Get in. Game looks great. Game sounds great. I'm shooting enemies. The shooting feels so good. Like the pop of the guns, it feels great. The way the different guns fire differently, it feels good. It feels right. It's loud in my headphones. I'm having a great time. I'm shooting enemies. I'm going through the whole first area. I just steamroll, just boom, 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 boom. Cool. I'm just knocking through stuff. People are jumping in. You know, I'm not having a tough time because every mission, I got like a squadrillion guns at the end of it. Mm-hmm. So many guns. Every time I get a mission done, I can replace one of my guns because it's got higher DPS. Or this one's a purple version of that. And then I got another purple version of that, but it's even better. So I'm swapping stuff in. I'm getting all the little modifications to the gun. I'm having a great flipping time. Like, yeah, Power Fantasy Jones, here I go. All right. But I'm going to stop and play some Zenless Zone Zero. Cool. Same thing like you did. Came back the next day. All right. It's time to do stuff. I still have people in my areas running around doing stuff. But I start falling asleep. Because my abilities aren't very engaging. I can do a hop. I kill everybody around me. Kill them. I can put out a shield if I need it. But I never need a shield. Because all my guns are so flippin' powerful. I kill everything in like 3 shots, and I have a 3-shot burst rifle. So aim, 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 Some missions do have like an enemy that's got a couple phases. Okay. Oh, he's summoning ads in this phase. Ads are gone. Okay, here's defend a generator from some stuff. All right, here come 4 enemies. Bloop. Wait 15 seconds. Watch out, Descendant. Here come more Vulgus. Do this for like 3 minutes. Oh, here's some melee ones. They run in, they pat me on the chest, and I go, and they're dead. All right, here's some ranged enemies. They just kind of slowly walk towards me and just let me shoot them to death. Okay. Like the gunplay's not bad, and the guns feel good, and I get rewarded constantly with these free things because I haven't paid a dime on this game or anything. Get so many cool weapons, and I love the way they feel, and I love the way they act, and seeing my synergies with my modifications and the skills that I have equipped and my core stuff. All my things are going up, and numbers go up. It feels great. But I'm just so flippin' bored when I play. There's some enemies. Oh, look, it's the guys that walk slowly at you. They're dead. Okay. Oh, there's a guy in my face. All right, shield. Walk back 2 steps. Pew, 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 pew. I don't have to run. I don't have to dodge. I don't have to move. I don't have to do nothing. I just sit there and shoot. And it's not bad because it's good shooting. And it looks good and it sounds good and it feels good and it plays good. But I'm just... I literally was sitting back, relaxing, shooting, and I felt my eyes just... Oh, hang on. I'm playing a shooting game. I'm shooting a red barrel that blows up. It's not engaging. It's not fun. I don't know. For me, anyway.
Yeah, for me, I find that I do no damage, and I'm killing nothing, and I'm just watching waves upon waves of baddies just come over me constantly. So it's like the opposite almost. I'm just like, all right. And the only thing that does damage is my abilities. One of the abilities shoots an ice ball. It's cool, but it's so easy to miss. So easy just to miss, and whoop, that ability's gone. The only one that does consistent damage is my ice wall thing that like shoots a barrage or like a river of ice. That kills anything in its path. Beyond that, my guns, like the regular dudes, yeah, they die in 2-3 hits. But the big purple ones, you gotta sit there for like 40 seconds. Just okay, they're dead. And I'm not getting no 15-second intervals. Whenever I'm doing like a freaking generator thing now, the little whatever, the teleportation devices, here's 4. And then as I'm dealing with them, I hear one going off on my right. Now the running dudes are all just clawing at me. So now I'm like, okay, kill them. But then I look over and it's 2 more big purples and 4 of the little red dudes. All right, shoot the red dudes. One of the purples start focusing on. The other ones manage to get up. Immediately, one shot on me. Red. I'm red. Oh, God, I'm red. And all of a sudden, 4 runners coming in. I'm red. I'm getting clawed at. I'm trying to run around a rock so I can get rid of them. I'm like, what is going on? What's happening? Why is this going? What's going on? What am I missing?
It's so weird that, again, It shouldn't be weird because it happens all the time. Just completely two different experiences the whole way through. The one thing I'll say too, though, is I love the idea of the big missions at the end. Because like you said, it's kind of, you go through a dungeon, there's a story going on the radio.
Yep.
My only problem is, and I should have just not done it, but I didn't want to hit a wall. Public dungeons the whole way through, we're going to go through. What is it? It's World of Warcraft. Your buddy is carrying you the whole time. As soon as you touch down, one of those people in that group of 4 or 5 or how many it is, beeline. This is cool. It's traversal, using the little hook, the grappling hook stuff. Let me get to where the area is. Everything's dead. Oh, well, I mean, free loot, I guess. I went through, I think, 3 big story dungeon things. Same thing. And like I said, my guy feels so powerful, and I'm just grabbing guns, and it's just the guns that I get. I'm not doing anything weird. I'm getting my guns, and I put in all the chips I can, and that's it. Even sometimes it's me that's just run through and just, I mean, I said it. 3 shots on everything. Here comes another wave. Especially with 4 people. It's nuts. It's crazy. So I'm like, I enjoy it, but I have no idea what's going on. Because there's a story going on, but I don't get to experience what the story is. Because when he's trying to talk to you over a battle, the battle's over. So he goes to the next voice line. Mm-hmm. I'm the guy! Come fight me at the end! He's dead. Why did we do that? What are we here for? I don't know. I had to stop playing it for a while. I haven't uninstalled it yet or anything, but it kind of went, it's a good thing it's free. It's a good thing it was free. I tried it. I had some fun, but it's real weird. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I'm getting tired of choosing support classes, and they just can't play solo. I'm like, this is sucking. Because I'm doing the same thing. I'm not an idiot. I'm picking up guns, replacing them, putting all the chips in, doing what I can do. But I feel like it's like I'll do 5-6 missions, and then one mission will just be like, hey, I'm just going to send all these baddies at you nonstop. Oh, God, well, I have literally 2 hits before I'm dead. Put it in. I'm like, okay, I get it. I picked a class that I technically should have had somebody that can take hits be with me, but I didn't. Okay, great. What's that mean for me? Do you have a friend who's playing? Not really. Okay, well, I guess this is the end of that adventure. All right.
And I would 100% say, let's play it together and try it out.
Yeah.
But I'm already like turning on it. I can feel that you're kind of feeling the same way. Like if we'd started together, I think we'd probably have more fun. But like I'm just, well, and even if we do the same thing, if like the enemies come at me, but I just go, it's the same thing, and you get to sit back and go. We're not doing anything.
We did it.
Yeah.
All right. The only reason it would be beneficial at all is if we actually listened to the story and it was a good, cool, fun, engaged story.
Yeah.
Now, on the other end of that, though, I do see streamers playing it, and they're beating cool, major, epic, raid bosses and doing cool things and upgrading and doing this and that, and they're swearing that's a lot of fun. So there's that part where I'm like, that does look fun. That big, gigantic thing's doing all sorts of cool, weird abilities, and then they're getting like S-tier weapons as rewards, and that's pretty neat. That part looks good.
I did fight 2 of those, and it was cool, but I was in there with like 7 dudes who were just carpet bombing everything, and so was I in not an engaging sense, but just a pew 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 shooting sense. It just melted everything. So I don't. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. So that was the one game we played. I'm not done with it yet, but we'll see where it goes. The other one was Zenless Zone Zero, and this one, it was crazy, man, because this one right away hooked me. Got me in. I went, all right, this is great. And this is very overarching real quick. And then, like, it started to slow down. Then I started getting Sleepybear pants constantly playing this game. And I went, oh, this might be it. This might be the end of this game. I keep getting tired just playing and just kind of like, okay. And then the last 2 days I've played, I'm right back in it. I'm hooked. I'm like a crack fiend again. Now I'm over here. I understand all the systems. I know where to go to get all my points and all my polychromes. I know where I can go to level up to get the things I need to level up the agents to get the things to do this. So now I'm just like, okay, I got to use all my batteries. Go over here. Do I have enough to upgrade my batteries one more time? Yeah, let's do that. All right, I need to get this agent, this and this. I need to get this over this. So I'm in it now. Now I'm back in it, and I'm like a crackhead. Now the only thing I don't understand, of course, is the rank still. The A rank, S rank, B rank. I understand it for the level stuff, but not for the agent stuff. I assume it just makes their stats better. I guess. I don't know. Because even if you get, like, say I have an A rank of Nekomata or whoever, if you get another one through the reward system, it just breaks it down immediately and gives you one of her little portfolio things and some other reward, which allows you then to just go upgrade one of her abilities. So it's not like I can go S rank, A rank. What are the differences? What kind of stat ranks are we looking at here? I have no idea. I bet you online I could go look, but I haven't done it. So that's the only part really that I still am like, I know, duh, I'm not stupid. I want an S rank, but do they all have an S rank? How does this work? I don't know.
And the only thing I can say in that, because I don't have any idea either. This is another one of those games where I understand the story and what's going on, because it goes into long ass scenes where people are just talking, and I don't want to say that because it makes me sound like an idiot who can't pay attention. But like they're talking about, okay, we got to go there and get the thing. Okay, we got to go and get the thing. Oh, hang on, guys. I really like getting the thing. Why do we have to go there, though? Well, we have to go there because we got to get that thing. Oh, but who else wants the thing? Is it the bad guys? Yeah, the bad guys want the thing. And then, hey, guys, we're actually friends. I really like you. Okay, I really like you, too. Hey, but I really like... Blah, blah, blah. It just goes so long. Then that's where I fall asleep. It is 100% Trails fall asleep time. When the dialogue comes up and goes special event, and the 3 people come up, I grab my phone. And I'm listening, because I got my headphones on. But I'm just like, oh, God, And it's not like I don't like story. I love story. I love dialogue. The voice acting in this game in English is actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. But I just start falling the hell asleep. But I know what happens. The only thing I don't know is any of the mechanics in the shop, the things, the agents, the S ranks, the anything. And I finally did hit the help button, and it said S rank, and it had 4 agents in it. And then it said A rank, and it had all the ones that we know, and then B rank, the other ones. And I went, so are there only S rank Steves? Is Steve only an S rank? Is Nekomata only an A rank? Is Ricky only a B rank? I don't know. But that's the one thing that I found out. It's it showed the breakdown, and it never was S rank and B, A rank and B, B rank and B. She was only in one spot. Somebody else was only in one spot. So I think that's what it is. I don't think you can pull an S rank Nekomata because she's an A rank. Or no, she is an S rank. No, she's an S
rank.
Yeah, because I did get one of her. I did do one pull once I figured out how to do pulls.
Now, I know you can. No, I don't know yet. Nope, never mind. Because I thought I got Kalita, but I didn't. And she's an S rank. I got Lucy, who's an A rank, and that's what I've got. So never mind. I have not yet pulled one that would tell apart that from a different one. I've only gotten the same rank of everything that I've ever pulled. So that's probably true then.
I think that's what it is. But the only other thing that I didn't like until I had to Google it to figure it out. Everything you do in this game gets you stuff. You get rewarded for everything. Mm-hmm. And I know people love it. I know people like earning things just for doing silly stuff. And I love the routine of go out, it's a new day, go do the scratch-off card, go see what's on the newspaper, go talk to this guy, go get a coffee, go do the HIA stuff to get your bonuses. Go get your noodles, do everything. I love it.
Open the shop.
But for some reason, I hate, blah, blah, here's a pop-up, go into 4 different screens to collect rewards.
Polychrome.
Okay. And maybe it's just a me thing, because that notification, it doesn't stress me out, but I have to go see it. I have to clear it.
I have to go clear it out. Yeah, it's period. Yeah.
But it's every 5 seconds. Hey, you did it. Okay. Just give it to me at the end of the day. All in one big dump. Blah. Day's rewards. Blah. Then the other thing was, you get polychrome for everything. Mm-hmm. What the fuck does polychrome do? That's what I had to Google. I went into every screen, and you see monochrome, you see polychrome, you see the real thing. Mm-hmm. And I went up to it, and I clicked on polychrome. Use polychrome. Do it. Turn your monochrome into polychrome. I don't get monochrome. I have 0. Click on the real thing, and it goes, spend your reels here. I had to Google it. How do you use polychrome? What is this for? It's to make reels, but you got to go into a special thing to spend it in a submenu of the menu of the submenu. That's the only thing I don't like, is there's too many rewards.
Too many currencies.
Too much stuff to get and deal with. But I love the world. It's a cool place. There's stuff going on, but it's a cozy vibe, but not so cozy that it's just boring. Mm-hmm. I love going and talking to the characters on the street.
Oh yeah.
going to the ones that just have like the dialogue above their heads, and sometimes it's the same one, but sometimes they're in a different place talking to a different character. Hey, what are you doing out here today? Oh my God, look at that. I love kicking the little trash can and giving my stuff to the trash can dude, even though it just gives me more materials to have to juggle and do stuff with. I enjoy this game. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. I love the combat.
The combat's so fun. So frenetic.
Billy is like the most fun to play. I fucking love playing as Billy. He's so cool.
Have you gotten Grace yet?
No.
Oh, dude, let me tell you. You like Billy? When you get Grace, it's a whole nother level. Grace is flipping fantastic, dude. Oh, I got her because I didn't play Billy much. I like Billy. No problems with Billy. But I'm more that melee crunch kind of person in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Grace came. And I went, oh, this is it. This is it. I just found heaven. So she's a variant of Billy. Does, some different attacks, but same range sort of vibe going for her. Really good. Really good.
And I love to, it is such a drastic departure, and it's very simple so far, but I love the dungeon. When you go in and you're playing like the little board game and you're moving your bang boo through the hollow, it sounds stupid because you're just moving a guy on a trail, and there's been like some small puzzles that are really easy to figure out, but I love the way it looks and the way it feels and the way it sounds. I love having, your AI kind of in your ear when you hit a thing. I love her voice acting. I love the filter on her voice. I just love that whole thing. I love that. Even though you're going through getting a lot of resources, which is more resources to get.
To handle. But that's also good when you get used to it, because then you're like, oh man, I just stocked up. I got some master tapes. I'm about to go do some spinning. I'm about to go do some gambling. You get that feel. You get that. I know that's the hook. That's what keeps the people coming. You're like, oh yeah, I just scored this many master tapes or whatever it is. When I get out of this place, I'm going to go spin it. I'm going to go spin it to win it. See what we get. And of course, I love that area just like you do. The puzzles are all nothing major, nothing crazy. But I do like how you got to manage your pressure, and then of course the corruption levels coming in. And I'll tell you what, some of them don't do anything to me, but the one that makes it so you can't dodge, whoo, boy, man! I'll tell you what, you can't dodge. That changes the game infinitely, and it doesn't permanently ban you from dodging. It's like a 15-second delay, or it's shorter than that, but whatever. It's a delay on your dodge. When you get used to fighting and you're playing, and all of a sudden that freaking one comes through, it wrecks you. It wrecks you. It changes everything dramatically.
You were speaking of dodge, and then that sparked in my brain too. I will say this. I turned it to easy because I wasn't sure if I would enjoy the game. I put it on casual or whatever it was, and I'm just rolling through everything. I'm wrecking shop, but it's fun, and I'm having fun with it. Mm-hmm. But there are some of those boss creatures where, like, there's the one that looks like this, and he does like the constant stomps towards you.
Yeah.
When he's popping off the dodges and I'm hitting all the dodges, it feels really good. Like, it feels great, and it makes me want to turn it up to actually play it like a serious game and have a serious dodging or counteracting time. Because when you do not the dodge, but you do the assist block thing, and it's Anby, and she camera jumps back, and she jumps back, and then she plows in and hits him. God, it's so good. It's so much fun. I love it.
Yeah, the combat is incredible. So frenetic, so cool. Once you get that up there, and all of a sudden you can start getting the assists going, and your assists are just going back and forth, and all of a sudden you're juggling your specials, and it's just like a light show. You're just all of a sudden just, and you're just playing off one another constantly. And while you're doing that, they're all saying their little lines, having fun, and like you already said, the characters are just so cool and unique, and they all have their own vibe and jam and reasons they're doing whatever the hell they're doing. They all look cool too. It's just that whole entire area is awesome, and I really enjoy it. And of course, the gambling portion, I'm loving that too. I mean, even then, I get a master tape, I go in there, I spin it, and it's really neat how the screens come on, and then they do all the little randomizing, and then you see if you're going to get an A, 2 A's, all B's, and then when you get that S, and all of a sudden the music changes, and then the voice, either female or male, there's two of them, come on, and they're just doing this little cool little rap beat while you're just getting your cool loot, and it's a lot of, I don't know, it just feels good, and I never skip it if there's an S, because I'm like, oh no, we're listening to this, it's going to be a big surprise, what am I getting?
If I hadn't played it yesterday, I would have no idea, because I'm not a gambling guy, and like I said, I was looking at the screens and going, too much, I got 10, and one spin is 1, I'm going to save this forever. I finally did one, because I converted some polychrome. God, you're right. It looks good, it feels good. I got an S right away, because I got an Ekomata. and just the music, I was just like, God, this is like the cherry on top of the sundae. Like, I love everything in this. The only thing I don't like is sometimes like the walking is a little too slow.
Yeah.
But like everything's stylish, everything's cool. I love the little zone you're in. I love the action. I love the dungeons. I love the gambling screen now too. It's so good.
Yeah, it really is. It's a lot of fun. And they got all the events. So you can do like certain things for this month and then get the extra bonus rewards. So there's always something to get on and do. You got your dailies, weeklies, the monthly events. Always an activity for you to complete. And even if there's not, you always need more agent tokens to get more levels. So you can go do those during the day. You spend your batteries like I already mentioned. There's just something to do at all times. And that's where I'm at with it. And that's why it's got its hooks back in me. Because there was a stretch where it was like 3 days in a row of like, just take your time and do whatever. And for me, my sleepy point is when I'm just roaming the town. It's fine. And the music's all kind of chill and relaxed. Like you said, there's, blue marks for characters to kind of interact with. But for me, that's the tail spot. That's where I'm like, oh, this is fine. But I got no clear goal. There's no mission. And so I'm just like, I guess I'll just wander over here. Let me go look and see if there's any more of those things I can open up or something. Next thing you know.
Let me go to the coffee shop. Oh, I can't buy a coffee. Let me go to the noodle shop. Oh, one's still active.
Oh, it's still the same day, even though in the game it's been a day or something. So that's weird, whatever. And then I go, nope, stop. Just go train, go do some battles, and end the day. That's what you're doing. No more roaming around town. So I got past that point, and now we're just jamming. We're having a great time. Like you, I just got Nekomata the other day, and she's a ton of fun. Super fast, super just crazy moves, and she's just yapping and doing all sorts of doofy crap the whole time. Really liking her. But apparently I looked up a list of like who's the best to play as, and she's only tier 2, She's not even there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then a girl I did enjoy, but I did replace her eventually, was Corin. Apparently she's the worst person to ever play with. And I'm like, I had fun with her. She was enjoyable, but oh well.
Now, I don't have many because, like I said, I didn't do many pulls, but I think the only one I've had and not enjoyed was the maid with the chainsaw.
That's her. That's Corin.
Oh, that's Corin. Okay. Yep. Well, that makes sense to me then, because she was fine, but it was just a completely different pace of action.
Yeah, she is.
Anby and Billy are both real fast. And what's your name, Nicole?
Nicole.
She's sort of fast, but not as strong as them, but it still kind of fits that I'm hitting the attack button a bunch. Versus Corin, I feel like you hit the attack button and she kind of went zzz.
Yeah, she's very slow. She's a lot like Ben. Ben's the big bear. Just real slow attacks, but I don't know. I kind of enjoyed that like difference, like her just coming in and going wham, wham, and then doing her chainsaw just zzz. But I did replace her because I got tired of that move having to go through. But if the baddie is going nuts, you're taking 3 hits just to get done with that move. And I'm like, I can't afford to lose this kind of HP just to finish the move to then, of course, get the whole specialty thing rolling on everybody. So I got rid of her. So I guess I get it, but it is sad to me because I enjoyed some time with her. So whatever. It's all right. There's so many good characters. I got Grace coming up, and she's just gonna be my favorite, I think, forever. And she's tier 1, by the way. So she's not the highest, but she's up there.
I scrolled through really quick. I didn't pay too much attention, but just from character design specs, like there's so many that I'm looking forward to getting. People you see around town who are obviously characters that you can get because they have one very specific thing that defines that character so far. And like, oh, look, in the agent screen, there's one who has that thing. It's great. I'm having a ball with it. I probably won't play any more First Descendant, honestly. If I want some fun, I'm just going to play some Zenless. And like we've said before, like we said a million times, it's free. It's free. You don't have to spend a dime if you don't want to. Get in and try it out, just like we did with First Descendant. See if it's for you, see if it's not. Get some Zenless Zone Zero. Get some Honkai Star Rail. Get some Genshin Impact. Who knows? It's free, man.
It's all out there. It's all free. You got some overarching thoughts on both of them going at you right now, and we could be completely wrong about the First Descendant. There's plenty of people who like it, so don't just go off of us. But we had to give you what we thought, and there you go. That's what we thought.
And speaking of free, Uncle Matt's Trivia Corner is also free. And if you remember, the question from last week was, who is the archenemy of the Skylanders? It's Chaos, spelled with a K. So far, I have no correct answers on that one. I knew I wouldn't.
No correct answers.
But you get to pick. Is it side A or B, Eric?
B for Batten.
B? All right. The question for this week is what is the name of the time-manipulating weapon used by the Prince of Persia in Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time?
Oh, I played the hell out of this game, and I don't know. I mean, like generic or an actually like legitimate name?
I mean, it has a name, but if you at least give me the type of weapon, I'll give you partial credit. You'll get a half point.
Well, it was.
You got it.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a fuller name if you want to go for a full
But
point.
I know it has a real name. I know it does. I remember, but I don't remember the damn name. So I get a partial point. Yeah.
Let me put it in so I don't forget, so I don't have to do it again later. But it's so, I mean, pretty simple.
Oh, but that's so stupid. Yeah, it's so simple. I got too deep in my head. I was trying to think of the fancy word for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some weird name for it. Something like that. I don't remember.
So if you know the answer out there in podcast listener land, or if you want to send us some thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero, The First Descendant, Angerfoot, Parasol Stars, Shadow of the Erd Tree, let us know where you're at on that. If you want to tell us that you love Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or you love fireworks, anything at all, questions, comments, concerns, any kind of feedback, or if you just want to say hi, send that to us via the email thirdshiftme@gmail.com, on the Twitter machine at ThirdShiftME. Find us on Facebook on Third Shift. Hit the Discord, the Patreon. Hit the Twitch stream. Hit up my house. Knock on the door. I won't answer, but you can knock on the door and yell your trivia question answer in at me. Get it.
Do it. And also go to Patreon and be like, hey guys, I got it right. And to celebrate, I'm going to give you $3. And we're like, woohoo! You're going to put it in that tip jar. We're going to all be happy. We're going to all celebrate you and give you all sorts of accolades and make you feel good about yourself because you made us feel good by throwing a few bucks in there and helping us keep the lights on, the show going. If you can't do that, though, I don't want you to feel bad. I just want you to go over to Amazon Prime and, subscribe there, and then go to Twitch, and then give us money for free on Twitch. See, it's a win-win. You're getting Amazon Prime. We're getting money over on the Twitch. Can't do that? Okay. All right. You can go over to the iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. You can go to Spotify and give us a 5-star rating. You can go to the mailbag question. You can go, clickety-clack. I got a question for you, Jack. And you can do that. Or you can just go to our Discord, sign up in, and go and rant and rave about whatever you want to rant and rave about. And then if it's something that I can actually respond to, I'll go clickety-clack. Hey, that's crazy what you're saying. And if it's something I can't respond to, I'll just give you a thumbs up or something and go, hey, I get you. Got it. It'll be great. We'll have fun. We'll enjoy it. These are all sorts of ways you can interact with us and have a good time. So why don't you just do it? Go do it.
And there's one other way you can interact with us, but it's a passive way, but we still do appreciate it. And that's listening to the very next episode, which will be dropping on around the 18th of July on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Podbean, on Spotify, and on YouTube. And as I always say, hey, if you like what we're doing, you'd like to help us out, please give us a like, a rating, a review, a comment, a subscription, any kind of good thing on any of those good services, because it does help us out. And we really do appreciate it.
We do indeed. We actually got a couple people on Discord. They're like, well, you guys should do a community day every once in a while and like play games with us and have a good time. And I go, oh, I can't even play games with my buddy Matt. This is real scary. Oh, gee. But, they're being real forceful. They're like kind of just pushing it on us.
That's not true.
So I'm like I just feel really pressured into doing this. So I feel like we gotta, I feel like we have to. So what do you guys think? What's some other folks out there think? You want to come on in and play with old Matt and Eric, watch Eric die as some support dumb character and just can't play, and Matt apparently win at everything with a nice cool tanky build? Hey, get in on it. You'll see it firsthand, I guess, right?
I was just going to say, come save us from the First Descendant. Have a bad time with us playing a game. You'll probably hear me snoozing in the microphone. It'll be great.
45 minutes in, it'll be wonderful. I'll just be drunk and sleeping. Matt will just be sleeping, and then you'll say, God, these guys suck.
This was a bad idea, and we don't like them anymore.
Goodness. Well, that's the end of everything, but I do want to say this. Zenless Zone Zero, figure it out, Matt. You'll have to tell me next time. How do you play? I thought it was a cooperative game. But there's zero cooperation. There's zero playing with other people that I've seen so far. So let's look into that, because I could have swore you could play with other people, but maybe I'm like crazy and wrong as hell.
I wouldn't assume that you could. Maybe there's
there's a little friends list in the game.
Yeah.
To friend all your folks. Why would that exist? I don't know.
Have you gotten into Hollow Zero by now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe there's something in there where you fight, but we'd be using the same characters, so I don't know. It seems weird. We'll look it up. We'll look it up.
So let's research it and get it back to it. All right, we'll do that. So that's off the thing, folks. But no, I'm just kidding. Y'all know I'm kidding. It'll be a thing. Me and Matt will figure it out. We'll play with you guys if you want to play. We'll arrange something here. I just got to figure out when the hell we're going to do this.
I feel like we can because I know one of the guys who's asked plays on PCs. And since my setup is good again, I can probably play pretty decently and not have to turn the ground effects off and be standing in fire all the time or anything. But like he said, we'll put it together. We'll put our heads together. We'll try and get something going for you guys. And until next time, hey, there's nothing else to say but
Don't
forget to say.
Shut up and sit down.